The Vitamin Hunters by Albert von Haller. Picture this. It's the late 19th century, and the world is on the brink of a nutritional crisis. In Japan, a mysterious epidemic is ravaging the Navy, leaving sailors weak, paralyzed, and dying at alarming rates. The culprit? A disease called beriberi. But here's where the story takes a surprising turn. The hero of our tale isn't a mighty admiral or a brilliant general. No, it's an unlikely figure, a young Japanese physician named Kanehiro Takaki. Takaki was puzzled by the epidemic, and he refused to accept the prevailing belief that it was caused by an infectious agent. Instead, he embarked on a journey of observation and deduction. He noticed that the sailors' diet, consisting mainly of polished rice, might be the key. At a time when the world was obsessed with finding microbes, Takaki dared to think differently. He hypothesized that the lack of certain nutrients in the rice was the real cause of beriberi. His theory was met with skepticism and even ridicule by his superiors. But Takaki was relentless. He conducted a groundbreaking experiment comparing two ships, one with the traditional rice diet and the other with a more varied diet including meat, vegetables, and milk. The results were astonishing. The ship with the varied diet had only a handful of beriberi cases, while the other was practically a floating hospital. This was a pivotal moment in the history of nutrition. Takaki had demonstrated for the first time the profound impact of diet on health. Yet his findings were largely ignored, and it would take decades for the world to fully grasp the significance of his discovery. Fast forward to the early 20th century, and the scene shifts to Europe, where another nutritional puzzle was unfolding. Scurvy, the dreaded disease of sailors, was still claiming lives. Enter Dr. James Lind, a British naval physician who, like Takaki, was determined to find a solution. He conducted a meticulously controlled experiment, proving that citrus fruits could prevent and cure scurvy. But again, his findings were met with resistance, and it took nearly a century for the British Navy to adopt his recommendations. Meanwhile, in the Dutch East Indies, Christiaan Eijkman was on the trail of beriberi. His experiments with chickens led to a revolutionary discovery. Polished rice was the culprit. The polishing process removed a vital substance, later identified as vitamin B1, leading to the disease. Eijkman's work, along with that of other pioneers like Casimir Funk, who coined the term vitamine, laid the foundation for the science of vitamins. But the story doesn't end there. As the world entered the 20th century, the Industrial Revolution brought about dramatic changes in food production and processing. White bread, once a symbol of refinement, was stripped of its nutrients. Margarine, a cheap substitute for butter, lacked the essential fatty acids found in its natural counterpart. And sugar, in its refined form, became a staple of the modern diet, contributing to a host of health problems. Scientists like Elmer McCollum and his rats, and later Dr. Joseph Goldberger and his work on pellagra, continued to unravel the mysteries of nutrition. They discovered the importance of vitamins A and D and the devastating effects of deficiencies in these vital substances. Their work paved the way for the understanding that food is not just a source of energy, but a complex system of nutrients that are essential for health and well-being. As we fast forward to the present day, we see the legacy of these pioneers in the way we understand nutrition. The science of nutrition has evolved from a niche field to a cornerstone of public health. Yet, the battle is far from over. The rise of processed foods, the depletion of nutrients in our soil, and the persistence of nutritional deficiencies in many parts of the world remind us that the revolution in nutrition is an ongoing process. Today, we have access to more information than ever before. We know that a balanced diet, rich in whole foods, is crucial for maintaining health. We understand the importance of vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients in preventing disease and promoting longevity. And we recognize that the choices we make about what we eat have far-reaching implications, not just for our own health, but for the health of the planet. So, what can we learn from this incredible journey through the history of nutrition? First, the power of observation and curiosity. Takaki, Lind, Eijkman, and others challenged the status quo and changed the course of history. Second, the importance of perseverance. Despite skepticism and resistance, these pioneers continued to pursue their research, driven by a desire to improve human health. And finally, the need for a holistic approach. Nutrition is not just about individual nutrients, but about the complex interplay of factors that contribute to health and well-being. As we look to the future, we must continue to build on the knowledge and insights of those who came before us. We must embrace the challenge of creating a world where nutritious food is accessible to all, where the science of nutrition is integrated into public policy, and where the principles of healthy eating are embraced by individuals and communities alike. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the unseen revolution in nutrition. I hope this episode has inspired you to think differently about the food you eat and the choices you make. Remember, every meal is an opportunity to nourish your body and support your health. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep striving for a healthier, happier world.
This has been a BrightLearn video from BrightLearn.ai on the book The Vitamin Hunters by Albert von Haller. Visit BrightLearn.ai for more fascinating videos like this one, and visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage and breaking news on critical stories that keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.